Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's his next move? Let's find out in the chart, shall we? Bitcoin looks ready to explode, but oh man, it started to come back. And if it breaks back into this symmetrical triangle, what does that mean? We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. And where is it going? How to trade this, and also talk about Ethereum as well. So my name is Da Vinci Jeremy, and if you want to trade this, you can do so on Bybit or Femex, right? By typing in bybit.davincij15.com or femex.davincij15.com and get a $200 bonus, right? And yeah, this is exciting times to be here. Bitcoin always has something to see, always something to see in the charts, man. Always, right? If you want to get excited, right? You just take a look at the Bitcoin chart, take a look at it on the weekly, you take a look at it monthly, right? You're like, no way. It's crazy. I know it's so much fun, but so it's easy to get caught up in watching all these videos. I know all you guys are like, yeah, man, I can't look away. Can't look away. I know. I'm the same way. So I know you are too. It's crazy. But yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about what we're going to see in the charts in the short term and the medium term, and then see what we can do to trade it. All right. So let's get on with that. But before we do, right, I have a few words to say, right? Some disclaimers, of course, right? This is just for entertainment, right? And this is not financial advice, right? Please do your own research before putting any money into the market. Okay. With that said, we're in the pot. 5 by 5. And what do we see here? Everywhere. I mean, it's like everywhere, right? I see W's everywhere. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Like, I see W's everywhere. And what does that mean, right? Well, you can see that on the breakouts, right? What happens, what you could do, you could trade these W's, and right, more than 55% of the time, I can't say anything more than that, right? You will be a winner, right? There is a percentage point that you will be losing, of course, on these W's. However, as long as you are more than 55% correct, you will be a winner in the long run. So always check that. Always know that never throw all your money on one particular idea, because you will get crushed. Because the one time that it fails, you could end up losing a lot of money. So be careful of that, right? No matter who you follow, no matter what trading strategy you do, make sure you always use small amounts of money as your risk, and never lose all your capital. All right, so zooming in on this, right? You can see the 4-hour is closing above this. The symmetrical triangle. We tested it, we backed off of it, came back and broke through and closed above it. We have several closes above it. Unfortunately, I'm noticing that, where's my EMAs, man? Where is my EMA? My 13 EMA. It's missing. All right, we're going to have to put it back. 13 EMA, where you at? All right, there we go, EMAs. Okay, well, you know what? That's somebody else's EMA, but let's see here. Let's see if it's exponential. Okay, there we go. We'll use that instead. That's the right one. Okay, so there we go. So I'm gonna delete this, guys. I'm gonna edit this one, settings. I'm gonna change it to 13. Okay, and I'm gonna change it to yellow because I like that color. Right, for the EMA. Style. Bright. Light bright. Alright, there we go. There we go. You know what? I need to make it bigger than that. Settings. Hang on. Settings, the line. Style. Precision. Inputs. Let's see, how do we make this thing? There it is. There she goes. Nice. So we're above the 13 EMA. We've remained above the 13 EMA, and maybe we might come back and retest it, and retest the line as well. And that's where we might have it might be go time, right? So, but anything can happen, right? This thing could break down, unfortunately, right? Anything can happen, and this thing could break down into the what's it called? The symmetrical triangle, and that could be very bearish. As if we continue in the symmetrical triangle, we could end up breaking down instead. So keep that in mind. With that risk, right? With that said, right? It's worth the risk, right? We have so many W's, so much pressure. It's worth taking the risk, right? And since we're below the W, right? I think we should take this one, no matter what, right? And then you got to target outside of this all-time high here, and so you would say, okay, so 50%. I want to go 2 to 1, right? I'm gonna hold down the control key, right? You just hold down the control key so you can avoid the magnet, right? Because I have the magnet on, and you could just, if you hold down the control key, the magnet does not take effect, right? So, oops. Let me just see here. Oh, I duplicated that somehow. Okay, so there we go. So I want this at 2 to 1. Where's my 2 to 1? There it is. There we go. Got it. Okay. Now, so you could always, because we're below the entry point, you could always move your entry point a little bit lower, but keep your stop loss the same. I think that's a clear stop loss that, hey, if we do this, then yeah, that might be the game over for Bitcoin, but might not be, right? Might be just a stop run. So accept the losses should it be just a stop run. And yeah, and just leave it at that. So we can see that we have our battle lines drawn where we're going to trade. It's a little bit high percentage, 2.5%. So make sure that you don't use, if you use a lot of leverage, make sure you use a small amount of money so that you don't get wiped out. So, alrighty, going forward, looking out further, right? You can see, right, this thing does create a nice AB equals CD pattern. And if we take a look at this whole move, right, from here to here, right, you can see that this was one big move, and we're drawing a lot of higher lows, right, higher lows, right. So what you could do, there's another trade pattern that we could take to give us a fair trade, which gives us 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Would you like that? 3 to 1 risk to reward ratio? Yes, I'm sure you do. So this bigger trade, and I'm going to show you how to trade it, is really easy to do. It's just that just make sure you accept the losses no matter what. So let's just say $50 is the maximum you could accept. Then that's all you're going to bet, and you're going to win $150. And that's okay. That's okay. Don't try to be right all the time. The worst thing you can do as a trader is try to be right all the time. Okay, so with that said, right, this AB equals CD, right? I'm going to try cloning this. All right, there we go. Takes us all the way up. All the way up to the long-term objective of 72,000 almost. So I think it's a little bit less than that because I don't think I have hit the right wick there. So there we go. Now, the best way to trade this, I'm wondering if we're too late for this trade, but let's try it. It's called what I learned from Brian Beamish from The Rational Investor. It's called the bot. And what it is basically, right, you take the target of the AB equals CD, right? And you, if the price dips down, it did dip down below, it didn't dip down, it dipped down below 38.2, and but not as low as 61.8, so that's good. And if we have 3 lows, right, you take the 25% level of this, and I'm gonna just edit the settings here, so that you guys can see that. Let me just quickly change this. So I'm going to hide this, hide that, hide all the rest of irrelevant information. because you need the 50%, you need the 66%. But you know what? I'm just gonna leave the 55% level and the 25% level. So let's just see here. I'm gonna edit this, make this 25%. Change it to white. $0.25. And I'll explain why you need these numbers right in a second here. So I'm going to reverse that actually, so that it does make sense. Settings. Reverse. Okay, so the 25% would be your entry level. So since we already missed it, maybe you would. I think you would have to wait for it to see if you come. This is another choice, right? You could wait for it to come to this 25% level, and your stop loss would be down here at 53,999. That would be one option, but never chase a trade algo, right? Always wait for it to fire. So unfortunately, this thing already fired, and then left the building, gave you a chance to get back in. I don't know if it will give you another chance to get back in. Hang on, let me just zoom in a little bit on that so you guys can see that. Oh no, it didn't quite give you a chance to get it back in. Almost did. Came back to 25%, and then nope. Let's just see. Did I have this? Do I have this thing drawn correctly? Hang on a second. Yeah, it's just might be a little bit off. There you go. It did come back to your 25%. Let me just see if this one was right here, drawn nice and correct here. No, right there. There we go. So it did come back to your 25% exactly. Odds are it will not come back here, but you know what? If you don't want to chase this, because chasing always ends up giving you bad results. Your choices are, if you're too scared to take the current trade, that's fine. You could wait for this one. You could just get into this one and wait for it to happen. And then once we get to the 50% level, what you should do is always take your profits to break even. Move your stop loss to break even, right? Immediately, right? And if you want, once we get to the 66% level, right, which I didn't mark, you could move your stop loss to 50% level so that you walk away with something. And then you take this to the 3-to-1, the natural 3-to-1. So this is an easy 3-to-1 bet only if the market comes back to us on that bet. So it looked like it was there, but it looks like I was wrong. So, but that's an option for you guys to take this trade. Other than that, you could always ride the current W that we saw that we're running here higher. So that's their trade. Okay, so let me just post this actually in our Telegram group, right? So that they all have a copy of that, and then maybe I'll redo the other trade for them later on today. Alrighty. So where is it? Here. Post. There you have it. Okay. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum and see what it's doing. Wow, it's just riding this trend line, trying to decide, do I want to get above this? Do I? And it's already created its W, broken out. So yeah, I think it's of course it has to come back and spook you, right? That's why I hate breakout trades. It's so hard, man, because they always come back to like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. And you always have to wait and sweat it out, right? I always have to like take it on the exit and then watch it come back at you, and as you sweat, like, is this gonna work, right? And it's always nail biters, right, with the breakout trades, and you just have to accept it as that. Not always, but most of the time, it is a nail biter. Again, right? It's really simple to trade this nice W, right, that we've seen here. Let me just get rid of some. Actually, before I trade, let me get rid of some of this stuff there. Of course, you guys see the W, and then we're gonna get rid of some of the the nonsense that I have drawn on here. I'm gonna get rid of this, and that was sweet, man. I don't see this thing coming back, breaking down, and screwing you at all on this the bigger W at all. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. But anything can happen. But I'm pretty confident on this one, I would say. Because look at this thing. Right? You have to go all the way. The stop loss, they have to like come all the way down here, man. Like really to negate this W, to completely negate it. And this thing takes us right to new heights, well, new local heights, I think, and then not all-time high. And then if we take a 2-to-1. Which again, look, the 2-to-1 is just so far away from being from you getting a stop loss that it's just not viable. Even though it's 3.62%. Looking at this chart, it seems like okay, maybe they'll go for these guys here, these stop losses here. But why are they going to come all the way down here, right? So good trade. I feel more confident in this one. And yeah, I'm going to add. I already have some trades going, firing off in Ethereum, but I'm going to add to it after this show because it's just too juicy not to. Copy, and I'm going to paste this in here. I'll probably add to it a little bit lower than the current price because I'm happy with my location. But if it gives me a better location, so if they take out these guys, I'm glad to buy into the trade so that I can I can add to it, and then hey, you know what? If it breaks down to here, that's when I'll walk away. That's it. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And so if you're interested in following, you can follow along. I'm doing this show live in front of all my Pandora's Wallet subscribers. So if you missed that, you need to head over to www.pandoraswallet.com. I've extended to the sale beyond Friday, but definitely until Sunday. And that's absolutely the cutoff date, Sunday at 8 o'clock local time. That's 9 o'clock in local time. That is UTC time, Monday UTC at midnight. So don't miss it, because if you do, you're not gonna be able to get into the DaVinci J15 tokens, DaVinci J15's Telegram group, and have access to Pandora's Wallet software. So make sure you do that before prices increase, right? Because it's going to be expensive, right? It's going to get expensive, right? Real expensive, real fast. And you'll have access to seeing every single coin that I have. And you know what? Speaking of coins that I have, I just recently sold half on a double here, and I got the notification, and I'm so happy about that. Right, that's why I switched to the daily. Woo-wee! Wow, I think I better set another sell order here. I think. All right, what do you guys think? Yeah, I think I should. Right, it's right about here. Wow, I'm getting paid. Another payday. Gotta love them paydays, man, with the little old lady strategy. Those paydays feel really nice, right? And I don't know what some of you guys are thinking. Why not wait until it goes higher? Okay, so you have a crystal ball and you have the time to analyze and determine how high a face rip move is going to go. This is a face rip move. There is no way you can know how high this thing is going to go. Once this thing goes like absolutely stupabolic, face rip. That's a new term, stupabolic. There's no way for you to know where this thing's going to go, right? How high this is going to go, especially priced in Bitcoin. So you have to take profits along the way. You have to take, and besides, you'll still have lots of coins left to sell. And so if it continues higher, you sell some more. Continues higher, sell some more. Continues higher, sell some more. And it continues higher, you sell some more. And yeah, and you get paid, right? And then you get paid in the best currency there is out there, a deflationary currency called Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to get some. Cheers, people.